Why am I even looking this up? It's shit. There's a Wikipedia page on Out Here Brothers. Hang on, right, I want to see if one's dead.
Good Lord.
One of them's got to be dead,
yeah,
surely.
No, that's Biggie and Tupac.
Well, one of the crisscrosses is dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he recently.
Was it last year?
Might be.
And everybody wore their trousers back to front to the funeral.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm sure they did. I hope I didn't dream that.
No more jump.
Out Here Brothers Wiki. I'm actually searching this. Are any of them dead? Hang on. Years active, 1987 to 99, and then 2007 till present? They're still going.
Yeah, they probably came back. They do that whole retro circuit now, don't they?
Oh, God.
There's one coming down here. It's called We Will Rock You, and none of them are rock acts.
Right. Out Here Brothers singles. Right, you ready for this? 1993, Pass the Toilet Paper.
Nice.
94, Fuck You in the Ass. And
they seem nice enough.
Nice.
That got 8 to 88 in Germany.
Don't Stop Wiggle Wiggle.
Yeah, Don't Stop Wiggle Wiggle as well.
Then, that rings a bell.
Boom Boom Boom. Then La 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 Hey Hey. Then
that rings a bell as well.
There's another song called Let Me Hear You Say Ole Ole. And then Pass the Toilet Paper 98. This Pass the Toilet Paper, they are really hanging on to that one, aren't they?
It's very Noel's house party, isn't it?
Wow. Right, I'm turning off of that. That's not good. Hello everyone, welcome to the Shonky Lab. I'm Elton, and this week I am joined by Mr. Olly Peters.
For all your sins.
Yeah, and Mr. Pete Hammond.
Fuck your sins.
Wow, what an intro that we've had about Out Here Brothers and stuff like that. I just don't even know where they came from. Anyway, we're here to talk about driving and our favourite medicine flavours, which it has a story. It has a story there, so it's good anyway. But let's find out about these two guys first. How are they? So, Pete, how are you?
Not too bad today. I've been outdoors in the glorious sunny weather. Well, yesterday and the day before was. Today just pissed down and fucking thunder and lightning above my head.
Nah.
Which is all well and good until you realise you stood in the middle of a 9-hectare field just surrounded by lettuces. So that was fun.
I'd love some rain.
Oh, you could have had some of this. It was like somebody chucking a bucket at me. It's brilliant.
Died yesterday.
Have you not got aircon in your car?
Yeah, I got a window.
That's not quite aircon, is it?
Peasant.
Look, they're shitty vans that we give us. It's not my fault.
I'm giving
Is that just a Devon thing, or is it just a GPO thing?
I think it's a Sprinter thing.
No, okay, fair play.
Do they still make the Sprinter?
Yeah, they just put the 17s out.
Ooh.
Well, I didn't get one. I've still got a 13, I think. Anyway, what's your van, Elton?
What was I given? It's a Vauxhall combo.
And does that have air conditioning?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I had it on so high the other day, I gave myself goose pimples.
See, I've just got just blowing all the hot air from outside. I'm like, this just doesn't work. Both windows wound down. I'm like...
But the problem with it, you don't get rid of the sweat.
No.
It just makes your sweat cold. That's all it does. You think you're nice and comfortable, but you're not really.
I had the police trying to break my window, trying to free the dog. I'm like, I'm not a dog. I just have a long beard. Sorry.
Nice. So what are you doing in a field full of lettuces? Or lettuce? Leti?
Leti. That's the plural of lettuce, is leti. It's one of these crop trials that I do. And this particular client wants to know the effect of different fertilizers and sort of different background nutrition levels within the field. It's all done by GPS and all the rest of it. But unfortunately, we did it towards their protocol today, and they haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. It was really embarrassing because I think it was 18 plots I had to do.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, great, and I got the results down, and I plumbed all the numbers into a graph, and it just looked like a mess. And I thought, what the bloody hell? So I looked at the field plan and everything again, and it turned out that rather than having at least 3 replicates of each plot, they just had the one. And it just made no sense at all. So I think it's an entire day wasted. But tomorrow I've got to do exactly the same again. So at least they're paying us for it.
Same field again or different field?
Oh, this is the next field on. So
right.
But they're trying to class it as one field, so one site. And we're like, no, this is 2 separate trials. You're going to pay us for both of them. Oh, no, we're not. Yes, you fucking are.
Yeah, otherwise you don't turn up.
Well, exactly. We don't turn up, you don't get any results. So, it's up to you.
Wow.
Such is the joy of working in farming.
Well, yeah, the excitement of standing in a field. See, I know for a fact you don't mind either the beating hot weather or the lashing rain. I think the term is weathered. Right. And I'm just quite happy just to stand out, of whether I'm stood on my own in the middle of the field, or if I'm tearing ass around one on the quad bike or whatever. I just love it. But maybe you was a scarecrow in a previous life. Possibly.
Or a badger.
Or a badger, Ollie.
Or a badger, yes.
Or a badger.
I was definitely a badger in a former life. Yeah.
One with tuberculosis. And Ollie, what about you? Because I know that you went to a gig recently, didn't you?
Maybe.
A Guns N' Roses gig?
Maybe.
And
are you embarrassed about this?
What I'm going to say is you have to listen to my show to find out.
I'll give that a miss then.
Yeah, I would.
Well, how about you tell us how we get hold of that then?
You can find it on iTunes and some other podcast site. It's the Punk Rock Scunk. There. Plugs are over. Can I go now?
Yeah, that's all we wanted you on for, to be honest.
Yeah. To plug my show that I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Pete. Yes. 3 hours they played for, and it was 3 hours of awesome.
Oh my God. How many times can you play Sweet Child of Mine?
Once.
For 3 hours.
Yeah. It's the same riff over and over again.
Oh, dear.
No, it's going to kick in now. No, wait, no. Going to kick in now. No. Oh, still going.
So they played the whole 3 hour set?
Whole 3 hour set.
Oh, good Lord. Was anybody supporting them?
Yes, but I don't know who they were. I didn't care who they were, and we missed them anyway.
Oh, so you didn't have Baby Metal supporting them?
No. Do you know what? They've had, I said all this in the show, but they've had Alice in Chains, Lenny Kravitz, Wolfmother, Baby Metal, all of these supporting them, and we get somebody called The Kills and some guy with a shakedown band. And I was like, who? What? Fuck off. But it was like doors open at 7. We got there probably at around the same time. Mm-hmm. Got in there and got a little text message saying, Guns N' Roses will be on stage a quarter away. I went, really? Got in there and like the second support band was on their second and last song, I think. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to queue for 45 minutes to get beer.
45 minutes for beer?
Bloody hell.
Everywhere. Because they're like makeshift bars, and they've just got like cans of Red Stripe in a pool of ice. And there was like 10 of those, and it was just queues. And I was like, should have come for a drink first instead of look at the merch. Damn it. But no, it was a really good show. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. Despite what everybody, because basically everyone's been like Pete, like, and I was like, oh no, I've spent so much on these tickets, and I was kind of a bit trepid, going, but no, they were really, really good.
So who's he got playing with him now?
It's Slash, Duff, somebody who looks like Ronnie Wood, and a drummer. I didn't. There's a girl on keyboards, and she looks quite cute, but I didn't really. If it was just Axl, I wouldn't have gone. I don't care. But because he was playing with Slash, I went, yeah, I'm gonna go see them, and Duff.
Yeah, you kind of got the majority of the band there, haven't you?
Yeah, Izzy wasn't there, but I think there was a bit of an argy-bargy with him. I can't remember what it was all about.
Isn't he dead?
No, he's still going, I think. To Google.
Yeah, Google it, mate. Google.
Can't be bothered.
So, whereabouts were they actually playing?
Well, Christ, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's either called the London Arena, the London Stadium, or the Olympic Stadium, or the Queen Elizabeth Stadium, but it's West Ham's football ground.
Ah, okay.
It's got like 3 names. I don't actually know what it's called.
The old Olympic Stadium, I would say.
Yeah.
I was going to say the one that was built for the Olympics.
The one that was built for the Olympics and given to West Ham, yeah.
Ah.
Right. Good venue at all?
Well, it's the first stadium gig I've been to.
Whatever?
Apart from, yeah, because
Really?
all the other, they're all like arenas, the ones that I go to.
Right.
And we don't have stadiums down here in the south, you know. So it was weird. I was pretty much on the halfway line and still couldn't see them. It was so far. Like, I was like, I think that's Slash. I can't quite tell.
Could you still hear them?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't hear. I mean, Axl kind of mumbled when he talked and didn't really interact with the crowd. But you could hear it when he sang. He was like bellowing out, and you could hear everything was pretty perfect. It was delayed because you were so far back, but the sound was good. I don't know what it was like right up in the back in the seats, because you couldn't even see the people in the seats at the back. I'm like, they look like tiny little ants up the top there.
I'd imagine it'd be dreadful at the back.
Yeah.
And at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, with some fat Axl sweating on you.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not 30 years ago, though, is it? Come on.
But he's trying to look like it was 30 years ago. He's like,
Has he still got braids?
No, I don't think his hair's long enough to have braids anymore. It's kind of thinning on top.
Right.
But yeah, no, he was still wailing, and yeah, as I said, still thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a big smile on my face. I've finally seen Slash.
Is that what you went for then?
That's what I went for. I mean, I'd be happy to see him anyway, but seeing Slash play Guns N' Roses songs, it's just what you want, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I can see him play with Marvis Kennedy, but nah, they're not really that great. I don't think they're that good. But it's just to see him play like Guns N' Roses with Axl, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a pairing.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it then. That's good.
Yeah, strangely, even my missus enjoyed it.
Ah, yes.
She didn't want to go in the first place. I was like, come on, we're going. I got nobody else to go with. But yeah, she was like, yeah, I kind of enjoyed that. Good. Phew. But yeah, no, basically, you don't have to go listen to my show now, because that was it.
Yeah. We got like the bootleg version.
Yeah, you haven't got the crappy music that I put into it.
So that's the Punk Rock Scunk Podcast.
That's the one.
See? And that's on iTunes and on Podbean as well.
No, it's Podomatic.
Oh, Podomatic. Yeah. Wow, God, that's going back a bit as well.
I know. They were cheaper than...
I had my first podcast on there. That was yonks ago. Wow.
Yeah, thank you for, reminding me of my poor choices.
Should have come to me.
I think I was on Podbean, but I couldn't get it on iTunes. So then I had to stop it all and put it on the other one.
Yeah.
Fucking iTunes.
No, they didn't even let you on iTunes. That's strange.
No, it took a while to get... what was the other one I did? can't remember now.
Are you doing
no,
Porkies?
it might have been. I think I tried that somewhere, and they wouldn't let it on. They didn't do it on iTunes. I had to go through somewhere else, and
Right.
all a nightmare.
Okay, cool.
But this is boring.
Yes, should we talk about medicines first? I want to talk about medicines first because there's a little story behind this. Because if you disappear back to the depression episode, yes, I know, very depressing, but I'm weaning my way off of my medication myself because I'm kind of enjoying stuff at the moment. It's all going good. So I think the major bugbear in my life was my job, and I've changed my job since. So it all seems to be going, it's not beautifully rosy. It's not everything's perfectly and skipping down the wall, halls like Leonardo DiCaprio. Nothing like that. But
He's skipping down halls.
that meme of him, like everything's all right. Everything's top of the world.
Hold up champagne.
Is that it?
Yeah.
No,
It's
not
skipping.
the champagne one. No, the skipping one, where he's got his head tipped at a jaunty angle and he's walking down the road at pace.
Carry on. I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to Google that one.
I know the one, Elton. Carry on.
Good. I'm glad someone in the room knows it. That's good. Anyway, yes. So it's not quite like that, but everything's going hunky dory at the moment. So slowly weaning my way off of that. But what I'm doing, I'm cutting down on medication, and so I'm having to break it in half. And the easiest way to do that, I break the pills in half, and so I'm weaning my way off of it. But the taste of them is disgusting. It's vile. It's like tasting acid. It's horrible. And so it's a case of getting the biggest glass of orange or water and then shoving it down there with that. But it just reminded me of when I was a kid and having banana flavoured medicine. I didn't like the strawberry flavoured medicine, and other flavoured medicines were quite nice. It was to a point where, oh, hang on, this is quite nice. Can I have some more, please? No, you cannot. That's bad. But I was just wondering, I was just curious, just thought something easy to talk about, wean ourselves back into the Shonky Lab and get ourselves going again. So, like Nurofen. No, not Nurofen.
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen. That's got a funny taste to it, isn't it?
That's why it's got that kind of sugar coating.
Say, isn't it sugar coated?
But it's...
Do what, sorry?
No, I just repeated what you said. I think it's sugar coated, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just got that. It's got the shell on it, so that it doesn't start dissolving until it's in your stomach. Because it tastes really nasty.
Ah, I see. Because the coating on them is really nice.
Yeah, you'd be sucking. Oh, this is. Oh, fuck! There's the actual. Not that I've ever done that.
Yeah, you sound like a man talking from experience there.
Yeah. Well, this isn't too bad.
Oh, but did you guys have favourite medicines when you was younger?
It's quite funny because you say about the banana one and the strawberry one, but the one that always sticks in my mind was the polio stuff. So if you ever had that, and this is probably showing me age.
Didn't you have to have that on a sugar lump?
That's exactly it. You have to have it on a sugar lump. So you got given a sugar cube with the polio stuff in it, and that was all right like that because the polio stuff was fucking rank as well. So they put it on a sugar cube.
Oh right.
Yeah, but if you sugar cube too much, then you get the actual medicine. It's like, oh, it's sour and horrible. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. What about yourself, Ollie?
To be honest, when I saw you say about that, I was like, I don't know. I really can't remember stuff from when I was a kid. I was like, I don't fucking know. It's not like I'm popping pills all the time. I have not a clue. Although I did think some cough medicines, you knock your little spoonful back or whatever, and too bad to take another swig of that. Another swig of that. Oh, another swig. I'm still coughing. But I don't really remember anything as a kid, to be honest. I've hit my head too many times.
Oh, yeah. See, the night nurse ones, I think they're vile. I absolutely hate them things. And I think it stems from one night where I took the day nurse because we'd run out of night nurse. I took day nurse for the night.
The day nurse has got caffeine in it.
Yeah, that keeps you awake. and because I was feeling poorly, I was just in bed, feeling poorly, wide awake. And it really does keep you awake. I was surprised.
Does, yeah.
So yeah, don't venture down that road, guys.
I remember preferring the purple cowpole to the orange cowpole. Never liked it when like they turn up with the orange cowpole. You're like, oh no.
See, the purple one, that's cherry, isn't it?
No.
No?
It's just purple. I don't know what it tastes like. It was just purple.
Yeah, that's... I'm sure we've still got some upstairs.
It's probably out of date by now, isn't it?
Might just be out of date.
Yeah.
Might just be. But yeah, the orange one never appealed to me, I suppose. Yeah, never really got the hang of that. But I think my kids preferred the original flavour, should we say? Anyway, let's get off of that. We're here to talk about driving and all the things that go along with driving because we're grumpy bastards, and it could turn out to be men shout at car-shaped clouds tonight. But yeah, I've been wanting to do driving for a little while now because it is such a massive part of my day anyway, and it seems to be reducing ever so slightly at the moment. But how many miles would you say you do in a week, Pete?
It does vary, but at the moment, sort of this time of year, sort of May, June, July, sort of beginning of August, I'll be doing 3,000 miles a month.
Wow!
So we'll be doing a fair old bit.
Yeah.
Because the fields that I visit are quite sort of spaced out, so I'll be doing like 200 miles a day.
Yeah.
100, 200 miles a day. So I rack up the miles. So I'm on the road quite a bit.
Mm. What about yourself?
And
sorry, go on.
No, carry on.
What, Ollie, what about yourself?
Well, I sort of just look on an average. I do about 170 a day, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
That's about 150 a week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair enough amount, isn't it? So would you, Ollie? I'm assuming you would say that the main part of your job is to drive.
That and sleep.
Not.
Hopefully not at the same time.
Oh, I don't know. Some of my journeys, like in the winter, I'm driving back down here. There's a link road between North Devon and South Devon called the A361, and it's such a long and boring road. And so when it's like in the winter and it's dark, you're like, must stay awake. Must stay awake.
No.
Is that the one that grumbles at you?
Yeah.
Oh, do they have the rumble strips?
It's the whole road is one big rumble strip, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, they've done it up now. It's all quiet and sleep-inducing.
It's like a normal road.
You need one of those like roads that make the songs, but it's just always wake up. And, yeah. Okay.
Haven't they got them in Dubai where they play tunes?
They've got everything in Dubai. Fuck them.
No, don't fuck them. They'll lock you up for that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because we won't be married. Ah, shit. Married Dubai and then fuck it.
Okay. Won't be going there on your holidays anytime soon then.
I can't afford it, dude.
Oh, okay, fair play, yeah.
Oh, you can if you get a placement over there.
Yeah, that's true.
My missus looked into doing it because she's a teacher.
Mm.
And, yeah, quite lucrative. I'd be bored out of my tiny little mind, though.
They haven't got very many farms, have they?
They've got fuck all. It's all sand.
I just think, like, the police cars are all like Lamborghinis and that. I wonder what delivery vehicles are. You get, like,
Mercedes Sprinter 13s, I think.
Shit, fuck.
They'd probably be like Hummers, maybe.
Yeah. GMC souped up 18 van. That'd be so cool. Or a helicopter. Yeah. I'd be like Postman Pat.
Postman Pat, rat-a-tat-tat.
What? Where's that black cat?
Oh dear. Yeah, I reckon I clock anywhere between 500 and 600 per week on my job. That's just an average. So some weeks it might be less, some weeks it might be more. But see, that's not my job though. But it's part of my job, but it's not classed as my job. And so sometimes I drive for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get to a job. And then they want me to work straight away. I need a drink first.
Whoa. Put the kettle on, love.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But, Pete, when did you pass your test then?
Oh, Christ.
Come on, you must know this.
April 24th, 1994?
Right.
Yeah, April 24th, 1994.
How many goes did it take for you to pass?
That was my third attempt.
Third?
In my defence, my first one, I failed. I got a D for dangerous for something I was taught to do. And I wasn't the only one that failed for it as well.
Is that right turn, Clyde?
No, it was... No, the instructor was an arsehole. He did this to several people. Basically, during the 3-point turn, traffic will wait for you to stop. Traffic will stop and wait for you to complete your manoeuvre. Yeah, I did that on the test. D for dangerous. Should we go back now? Fuck.
Oh, no.
And I found out that I was about the 4th or 5th person that had failed on that. Obviously, not everybody does it because sometimes people are doing on a clear road and there's no other traffic. But the 3-point turn, he was teaching people, just carry on. Traffic will stop for you. And so that was good. And he had a group of us did get our revenge in the end because he had, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. It was a Proton Persona.
Yeah.
Car that he had. And he had alloy wheels.
Uh-oh.
And we used to nick them.
Oh, God.
And we'd nick one alloy wheel at a time. So and they only sold them in pairs, apparently. So he'd have to buy 2 wheels to replace the one that had gone missing. Yeah. And then we'd nick 2 wheels.
You bastards.
So he then had to buy 2 more and so on and so forth. And he went out of business in the end. But fuck him, he was a racist.
Oh, fair play.
So, I really did not feel bad about that.
We got some breaking news.
Oh, okay.
Have we?
We have someone in the chat room.
Hooray!
Oh, yeah. Hello, Doreen. There we go. Yeah, I should remind people, because Shonky Lab's been off for a little while, it's all back now. We're going to be back next week as well. We're talking about spreads next week. The excitement of spreads and how to make your bread less dry.
I wonder where you were going with that then until you said bread.
Oh,
well, where else would you be going with that?
You've got such a mucky mind.
My favourite spread is legs.
You disgust me.
Mine's lemon curd.
Well, okay, save it for next week. Save it for next week.
Olly's not on next week.
No, I know.
Lemon bloody curd. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to join us for that recording next week, we are on mixlr.com/RogueTwoMedia. That's mixlr.com/RogueTwoMedia. And we'll be around about 9 o'clock on Thursday talking about spreads. Not the legs. The stuff that goes onto bread, which makes things taste really... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm doing this all wrong. Anyway, yes, join us next week and on the Mixlr. So that's where you can join in and chat, or you can phone in on Skype as well. Just give me a second to work it out on how to get people on, because I think Skype's updated again for me. So causing a bit of a problem there. So anyway... Olly, when did you pass your test?
I think it was either 98 or 99. Can't quite remember. But I was driving from like when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
I'd drive my dad around. I had no problem driving. Passed for the first time. But it was my theory test I had to do 4 times.
Ah, see, I didn't have to do a theory. I take it people didn't have to.
No, I'm old.
Yeah, you're both old. I'm young.
Don't fucking look it.
I know. But dude, if I shave my beard off, I look about 20. Then I get asked for I buy beer. No, I want to buy beer and cigarettes, even though I don't smoke.
So yeah, okay. So that adds another little thing. So why did you pass? Why did it take 4 times to pass your theory?
There's a very
to write.
No, because you just had to colour in the boxes.
Did you go over the lines?
I was in college, and the exam was always in the afternoon, and I'd always have a pub lunch. So I was always drunk when I went in to do it.
That's not good, mate.
I know.
Jesus.
If you're rocking up to your theory driving test drunk,
you're not driving, are you? You're just doing a paper exam.
Well, clearly you're not, because you're still doing the exam. But
Bloody hell!
I passed it, so let's move on.
4 times. Were they all drink-related reasons why you didn't pass?
Reasons, I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloody hell!
Go on.
Okay, so the practical test, how many times was that? The first time?
First time for practical, yeah.
Right, how did that go for you then?
Really well, I passed.
Well, yeah.
How's he going to remember? He was pissed.
Yeah, exactly. This way. Well, I did my 3-point turn, and the biggest road that you could find, you could turn an Arctic lorry in it. And I turned around to my instructor and went, really? Can you not at least challenge me? And he sort of just looked at me. He's like, carry on. No. It went fine. I can't remember how many minus points I got. It wasn't many.
Mm.
But I did the best thing. I got home. And I walked in, and my mum was there, and she was like, I said, yeah, I passed. And I was like, right, don't tell Dad. And Dad walked in, he looked at me, and I just sort of dropped my head. He went, how the fuck could you not pass your fuck? You've been driving for. I was like, just hold up my piece of paper and say, you bastard, wallop. I'm like, I'm sorry, Dad. Yeah, that was quite fun.
See, it took me 2 goes to pass. And the first time, what did I fail on? I came up to a junction, and it was one of these junctions where it was a one-way road, but it splits into 2 junction points at the very end of the road. So you got a left-hand lane and a right-hand lane. And I'd never been up this road ever in my life on my lessons.
Mm.
And so I just naturally drifted into the left-hand side, and he wanted me to turn right. And I was in the left-hand side, and then I turned right. And I just saw his hand go straight down to the ball. If I turned left, even though he'd asked me to turn right, I probably would have passed. But because
you would have been all right.
Yeah, because I performed the manoeuvre correct. But, yeah, I balls up on that. And I nearly failed the second time because I didn't look in my left-hand mirror, which is the passenger side mirror, as I came off a roundabout.
That's right. Nobody else does that anyway.
Well, that's the weird thing, because the instructor on the test turned around and went, and what is that mirror for? And I went, parking. And he went, anything else? I went, coming off a roundabout? He went, yes. I went, okay. And weirdly, I always, well, I'm going to screw it up tomorrow. I know I am now, but, touch wood. I always look in that mirror. I know you're supposed to, but it's
probably a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's ingrained in me because I made that one mistake and it was really hit home, and so I do it, and I always remember that. I will always remember that. So I suppose it's a good thing that I look in that mirror anyway. But But yeah, what else? on my test, I had reverse around. I had all three because there's three major manoeuvres that you have to do, isn't it? It's the 3-point turn, the
parallel park.
Oh, I did that as well.
And reverse around.
Reverse around a corner, isn't it?
Yeah, I did all of them and the emergency stop.
Emergency stop, yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing I've got a D for. I failed my second test for that, for the emergency stop, and it was at a time because they used to smack the dashboard with the clipboard. At which point you perform the manoeuvre. Well, my instructor, he said, when I give the signal, you will perform an emergency stop. I went, right, fine. And so we're driving along the road, and he held his hand up just behind my head, just in sort of in line with my eyes, and I carried on going. And that signal for emergency stop hadn't been brought in at that time, but he was using it, and so I carried on merrily, and I just saw him write down on the thing, and I was just like, what the fuck? He said, you failed to perform the manoeuvre. And I said, we didn't give the fucking signal, mate. And he goes, I think you'll find I did. And I said, we didn't bang the dashboard. And he goes, no, we don't do that anymore.
Oh.
I said, right, would have been quite nice to have been told that.
Do they not bash the dashboard because of the airbags?
I guess so, yeah. But bearing in mind, this is before the days of airbags on cars.
Yeah.
Christ, we really are old. But yeah, he
Did you have seatbelts in the back?
In the back? No.
Did your feet hurt as you were running along trying to brake?
Yeah, well, fucking hell.
See, my instructor bashed the dashboard.
Yeah, the first one did, and the third one did as well, actually. It's just the second one didn't.
Oh, what a knob.
Yeah. So I got a D for that as well, because I could have killed a child. Could have, I didn't.
Yeah, but a child's not going to put his hand up next to your head.
No, he's going to make a bang noise as he hits your bonnet.
So, did you guys buy cars straight away as soon as you'd passed?
I already had one.
No, I didn't, because I couldn't afford one when I was going to university.
Right.
I had a piece of crap that I got bought for I think it was my birthday, my 16th birthday, I think it was. Or was it 17th? I can't remember.
You had.
Hang
on. Are you living in like my sweet 16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a party and everything.
Were you given like a Bentley and then you cried because it wasn't Mercedes? I wanted a Mercedes.
Oh, green one.
Oh, Dad, the roof doesn't come off of this one.
Daddy.
I wanted a pony.
This is not a Shetland pony farm.
So you had a car from 16 then?
Yeah, about that, I think, yeah.
Was it a family heirloom that stayed in the family and it just passed to you, or what?
No, it was a cheap Mark 1 Fiesta, I think it was, Mark 2 Fiesta. It was a 957 with 4 gears.
Ooh.
And it was beige.
Nice.
Yeah.
Inside and out, I hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
One lady owner.
But it was so easy to work on. We took the engine apart and everything. I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun.
So you fix them with a hammer.
Yeah. What? It's working now. My brother wired up a load of speakers in there. It was great. You had to sit in a certain spot in the back to get the bass speaker working.
Okay, right. You're one of them, are you?
No, I'm not. I used to listen to all the rock.
Sounds like you are.
Yeah, but they were old amp speakers from guitar amps that we had, and we just literally just wired them up.
Right.
It was random, yeah. And as I said, you had to sit in certain positions to hear anything. Yeah.
Was the driving seat one of these certain positions?
Yeah.
That's lucky.
It's not good when you get the brown note and you're driving along the motorway.
No. Oh, fuck.
So
no, I was going to say, Oh no! So I'm just going to go back to the emergency brake thing.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, when I was learning and I was out with my instructor, you all kind of go around the same area, don't you? And there's like, oh, there's another learner over there, and there's one over there.
Yeah.
And it's like, right, we're gonna practice the emergency stop, and when I do this, you will hit the brakes. And then all there was is this massive screech and all this smoke down the side of the road, like next to us. And he just turned to me and went, "Yeah, that's how we're not gonna do it." And I was like, "Oh, but that was so cool." But yeah, that was my story. And my drunk missus just turned up.
But they want you to stop, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, what does it matter that you're screeching the buggery and you've got smoke everywhere? I'm like, serious? Is that not the point?
You're not in control,
under control.
are you?
I know, but it seemed more fun.
It's more effective. Well, no, not more effective. I suppose for passers-by, it seems cooler.
Yeah, we sat there just about to do it, and then all this happens. It's like, woo, this is how we don't do it. I'm like, oh, fine.
Mm. So, Pete, when did you get your first car?
Actually, it wasn't long after I passed. As luck would have it, my father broke his spine, so I got his Escort van.
Well, that was a stroke of luck, wasn't it?
Lucky me, unlucky Dad. No, Dad fell. My dad fell off a ladder and broke his back, so he couldn't drive, and I got his van.
Ow!
I had to keep his lawn mowing round going, but I got the van, so that's quite good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell. He wasn't driving at the time when he fell off the ladder, was he?
No, he fell off a ladder and landed on his feet and didn't bend his knees.
Ah.
Yeah, so broke both his knees and his back.
Ah, he didn't reverse his knees, did he?
I don't know, but I think his hips went up a bit further than they should.
Uh-huh.
I've never really spoken to him about it.
Surely you would have got a 10 in the Olympics.
He didn't make a splash when he hit the ground.
Like, just stood there.
Feet perfectly together.
Yeah. Ta-da! I can't get up.
Aha. That sounds painful. Sod that.
I don't think he enjoyed it.
Right. So what was your first car then?
Escort van.
Escort van. The flatbed one.
No.
Like a
This
ute.
was the. No, not like I drive now. No, this is like the van version of the old Ford Escort.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a nice truck, quite a nice little car actually.
Yeah.
I could fit 4 drunk mates in the back.
The days where you could actually put people in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Or the van.
Or the van, yeah.
Yeah. And have you ever been in the back of a van when someone else has been driving it?
Yeah.
Ollie, I'm sure you've been in backs of vans, but, as someone's driving it?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I did black out because there was a cloth that went over my mouth, but yeah.
Does this smell of chloroform to you?
I was trying to help him in with his sofa. The poor bugger had a broken arm. Move on, Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with my first car. It was a Volkswagen Golf Mark 1.
The boy racer car.
Yeah, but it was anything.
No.
It was anything but a boy racer car, though.
But you tried to do one up as one, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No, I tried to do that on my Citroen AX when I got that.
God,
I did on my Sierra.
Oh, no. You can't do up a Sierra.
Fucking dude.
If you're going to do up a Sierra, you drop a Cosworth engine in the front and have done with it.
Yeah.
But they're the half-hour car, though, aren't they?
Mine wasn't.
No. That's the rule. You own it for half hour, then someone's stolen it.
Yeah.
I had mine for a while, actually.
But well, my one wasn't done up at all. It was pristine, as if it had rolled off the factory. Never touched whatsoever. Thing is, I bought it off a dodgy mate, and oh my god, I'm never doing that again, because he was a proper dodge pop McDougal. He, where we used to live, he used to knock around with people off of a couple of council estates. And when he heard I'd passed my test, because I had no ambitions of actually buying anything, I was, okay, fine, I passed my test, I need it for my job, and that's one thing out the way. And I wasn't even thinking about buying a car. And he phoned me up one day and went, I've got a car, would you like to buy it? I went, what you got? He went, it's a Golf, it's green. I went, okay, you have my interest. And I thought about it for a couple of days, and then, come on, let's go round. And so me and my dad went round, had a look at it, and it worked. And it was really nice. And we took it for a drive and took it round the block. Worked absolutely fine. Thought, yeah, do you know what? We'll have that. And so my dad bought my first car for about £650. And I was really pleased with it.
I got my first car brought for me, and it was about £100. And you're all, oh, look at you, Mr. Flashy Pants.
What are you saying?
Your dad's better than my dad.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I got this car and never took it on any long journeys. Then all of a sudden, I started driving it around to Amanda's house, and it had just about make it. And then I'd drive it back, and it had just about make it. And there was something clearly not right there. Because if I go any further than Amanda's house, which is maybe 3 or 4 miles away, it'd start spluttering and dying out.
Jerking.
Oh, God.
And I thought, what the hell was this? And so we took it to a mechanic, and he said, yeah, you're going to need to steam clean your petrol tank. I went, oh, okay. That's going to cost you about £300 to do that. So he steam cleaned it, lost all the petrol in the tank as well, because that's full of gunk, put a little filter in the line, and it works absolutely perfectly. What I found out is my mate had got it off a council estate, and the car had been sat there for around about 2 years.
Oh, God.
Just doing nothing. And the sludge had built up in the petrol tank, and that is what was causing me to conk out. But I flipping loved that car. I really, if I could have that car back, I would. I loved it to pieces. It was one of them cars where you get in and it's freezing cold during the winter, but I kind of like it. Yeah.
How much do you and your dad know about cars?
Not a lot.
So was it like you'd go along, you'd be looking at it, go, yeah, kicking the tires and tapping the panels? Was it that sort of deal?
Yeah, it was.
Open up the bonnet. Yep, looks all there.
Everyone does that, don't they? They open up the bonnet as if, wow, yes, I'll make it look like I know.
It's an engine. My dad was walking around tapping all the panels, going, "Yep, no filler there." I'm like, what are you talking about?
Did he take a magnet with him? Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah, a magnet too.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Dad, it's not a DeLorean.
No, the magnet doesn't stick to the Bondo that they've stuck in all the filling points. But no, I didn't even think about that. So, yeah, it was just me and my dad looking around it going, yeah, cars? Yep. Yeah, I'll take my dad. Why not? Yep. Brilliant.
Now for years, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucked. If my dad ever goes and I got to buy a car, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Walk around it going, yep, it seems all there.
Yep. Or just pretend to phone him.
Yeah. No, because that'll depress me.
Start crying
about a car. What? Yeah, it's phone's all connected. I just ring it once in a while. Just hear his voice.
Yeah, you hear his voice. You'd be like, leave a message. Oh. I've seen a lovely car. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, that's really dark. Fucking hell. Let's get off of that. So I bought my first car from a Dodge Pop McDougal. So we might as well just get into...
I'll take it.
Yeah. Bad habits and stuff that really annoys you then. We might as well get into this because this is why we're really here, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about our second cars or... How many have you had?
Oh, that's a good... Yeah.
Ooh.
How many have I had? Okay, right. I'll list them off. I had the Golf, then ended up crashing that. We'll talk about first crashes very soon.
I've never had a crash. Touch wood. Oh, no. Does a wheel falling off count?
Yes, that counts.
Okay, I've had a crash.
Well, an accident, isn't it?
I had a Citroen AX. In between them, I had a Ford Capri, which I never drove.
Oh, nice.
It was
I always wanted Ford.
It was a Capri gear as well.
My dad had a Capri gear.
But I never drove it because I couldn't get insured on it.
No.
Then...
Yeah, sounds about right.
Then we had a Vitara, which me and Amanda bought together. Then we had another...
Oh, bless.
What did we have?
When were you a hairdresser?
Still a hairdresser now, apparently. Then after that, we had a Yaris. Then we had another Vitara, and now we got another Vitara.
Oh, good Lord.
Spot the family, man.
Yeah, too right. Go on, Ollie, what have you had?
Oh, yeah, well, I started off with the Fiesta, and then I had a Sierra, and then I went back. I fucking loved it. It was an XR2i.
Boy racer!
I know.
I boy racer than bloody Elton's.
I know. I loved it.
No, but an XR2i is a proper boy racer's car, man.
Did you have the pepper pot wheels?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
Loved it. It fucking flew. And then I got a MG and then I've now got.
Right, I'm googling an MG because I need to see what that looks like.
Isn't that Rover's attempt at making MG Rover's attempt at making a sports car?
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
It's the O3. It's the one
They
with the
just rebadged it, Lynn.
Oh, it's the new ones. Yeah, do you know what? I had my MG My missus brought a Rover, Rover something or other, 200.
Yeah,
and you
200.
open up the engine, it's exactly the same fucking engine. I was like, fuck off.
You paid how much for a spoiler?
Yeah. Do you know how much I spent on the fucking
and a checkered
heat
flag
grill for the
bit of paint?
exhaust? It's like 90 quid for the fucking heat exhaust thing.
She's truth.
Yeah. Now I have a Mitsubishi Lancer.
Right. And
Back to being a boy racer.
Yeah.
Mitsu.
Yeah, but it's the hatchback because I can't fit my cab in a saloon.
Oh, I know what the Lancer looks like. Oh, hang on. What, have you got a new one?
No, it's 09.
09, okay. So I remember
it's
seeing
a
the
09
old
G2.
ones. Hang
Oh
on.
yeah, I wanted an older one, but like the Evo. But as I said, I can't fit my guitar cab in them because they got really shit boots. So I got the hatchback.
No, I'm sorry. There's no excuses. Me and a friend got a whole drum kit and amps and guitars and 2 people in a Mini Cooper. There's no excuses.
Is that a new with the size of a fucking truck?
No, it was.
It's a Range Rover.
No, it was the old Mini Cooper. He took out his front seat. I sat on the back seat while he drove.
No, you took out your front seat.
That's where the bass drum went.
Ugh.
The other drums were because he didn't have double skins. He only had single skins. They could all stack into each other.
Oh, well, that's cheating. And you took front seat out.
Still got it all in there. It was
Move
like a clown
on.
car.
Pete.
Go on, Pete. What you had?
My motoring history is long and checkered. After the Escort van, which when my dad could drive again, I had to give back, which is fair enough. I bought myself a Fiesta. Not sure what one it was, though. The logbook said it was 1 litre. but there's absolutely no way on God's clean earth that was a 1 litre. It was phenomenal. It was ridiculous.
7.
Mine
was supposed to be it was in the logbook as a litre, but it was a 957.
Oh no, this was at least a 3 litre fucking V6 under there. It was ridiculous. It was mental.
Would have been messed with, or
it had to have been. I mean, I bought it privately, but no, it was weird. It was very odd. I mean, a mate of mine had a souped-up Opel Manta.
Okay.
And it would dick that off the lights for a laugh. It was really weird. And then I moved up to Cambridgeshire and sold that for another Fiesta, actually, because that Fiesta only had 4 gears and it was going for a manifold gasket every 2 weeks. So vibration on the engine. So I bought a 5-speed Fiesta. Then I had a Vauxhall Cavalier, which was quite a good car.
Right.
And then I think I had a Peugeot 405, which nearly killed me. The diff lock exploded.
Oh.
So I took it to a scrappy to have a new one fitted. Well, a salvaged one fitted. And I was driving the car home. It didn't feel quite right. So I thought, all right, fine, fair enough. And I was driving. It's the following day. I was driving down the A14 doing 70. And it just started juddering and shuddering like you wouldn't believe. So I thought, oh, fuck this for a laugh. Pulled over and limped home and got it back home. I thought, it really doesn't feel right. So I took the hubcaps off and all the fucking wheel nuts came off. They'd only done the wheel nuts up finger tight. They hadn't used torque wrench or anything. So that was good. After that, I had a Renault Laguna. And that was the best car I ever owned.
I always liked Lagunas.
Yeah, really good. It was a 2.2 litre turbo.
Please be a soft top. Please be a soft top.
No, it wasn't, unfortunately. It had a spoiler. But that was a really good car. Nothing ever went wrong on it. I had that for ages. Then I started off into where I am now in the world of 4x4s. Bought a Vauxhall Frontera.
My ex's mum used to have one of them.
I used to love them. My uncle used to have one of them, and they were brilliant.
It was a really good car. I really liked it. It's one of the long wheelbase ones.
Yeah.
So I had that, and then I started working where I am now. So I've had as company motors, I had a Nissan Navara, and I will never have a Nissan Navara ever again because that actually did try to kill me. The front left wheel fell off at 50 mile an hour. Literally just fell off.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't know what happened. I think they don't know because it was under warranty, but it looked like all the wheel bolts sheared.
Bloody hell.
It always had as soon as you got above 30 mile an hour, it just had a really violent wheel wobble that came through the steering wheel. And one day, I was coming off the roundabout, and it got really, really bad. And then all of a sudden, the wheel wobble just stops. And I thought, oh, brilliant. That's been like that for 6 months. And all of a sudden, it's cured itself. So, oh, brilliant. Accelerated off down the road, hit 50 mile an hour. And oh, my fucking God. There goes my front left.
Did it overtake you?
Yeah. It just went... It was lucky it was the front left, not the front right, because if it had been the front right, it would have killed somebody.
Yeah.
But it just went sailing off into a field. So I just kind of gently guided the truck into the grass verge and just sort of sat there thinking, it's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Blimey.
So after the Navara, I had a Mitsubishi L200. And then after that one, because I put so many miles on work, once you get to about 100,000 miles, we start to think about trading them in.
Yeah.
So I got rid of the Nissan, got a Mitsubishi L200, and then when that started going wrong at 100,000 miles, got another Mitsubishi L200. And when that has got a little bit long in the tooth, I got what I've got now. I've got a Ford Ranger.
That is a beast.
It's a fucking beast. I love it. It's so good to drive.
Because you drove it to my house, and I was, whoa, that is just huge.
It's awesome. It's really good. Because I can fit all my gear in it. I can tow the trailer with a quad bike on it and not even realise it's there half the time. But off-road, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I'd have it over a Land Rover any day of the week.
Cool.
Because Land Rovers are shit.
I'm going to talk about crashes then. Might as well get into crashes. We're getting to all the stuff that really annoys us in a minute because Ollie's already touched on it. Olly, what was your first crash?
You didn't see anything. I didn't touch anything.
So Olly was pissed on his test.
Oh, jeez.
My first crash was in my second car, my Sierra. I was going through some back lanes, driving from Torquay to Teignmouth, if anybody knows Devon. There we go. And I went head on. It was around the back. So I went on a head-on collision with a Porsche. And I always got told if I was going to take something out, I took the best thing out. I wrote that fucking motherfucker off as well.
Whose fault was it?
It was 50-50.
Ah.
Ollie's then.
Basically, we're both coming down, probably both speeding a bit, like just both hit brakes. Neither one would move. And wallop.
Right. What Porsche was it then? Was it a 911?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, probably would be, yeah.
They all look the same, so.
They're all shitty Porsches, so.
Flipping hell. Pete, what about you and your... I suppose you've spoken about your wheel falling off, haven't you?
That's the only one I've ever really had. So
Right.
just a wheel coming off at 50 mile an hour.
Don't.
So you've done all right then?
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Considering the amount of mileage I do, I've not done too badly.
Yeah, well, I don't want to jinx anyone because I'm always worried about talking about this because I know I think I'll be ever more careful tomorrow because I've spoken about it because I don't want to jinx myself whatsoever. I don't want to jinx anyone else. So, you know.
We're not on the black.
Yeah, well, yeah, but part of it now. That's part of the price you have to pay when you sell your soul. But what was my first one? It was in my Golf, which I ended up hitting a parked car.
It came out of nowhere, Gov.
Because, this all ties in really well. It was a Mini Cooper coming the other way. And
full of drums.
With the drum kit in it when you hit.
And only one seat.
Well, that's what I thought it was my friend. And it was where it was. It's in Charlton, and it is one of the widest roads around that sort of area. You could fit 4 cars alongside each other, 4 abreast, no problems whatsoever. But I was driving along, and there was a parked car on my side. I was pulling out to go round the car, and I I didn't cross over into the other lane because it was that wide. The problem is, the Mini Cooper was doing something. I don't know what he was doing. And he swerved into my lane, which made me go, oh shit. And just so happened, as I went past this car, I missed him, but tagged the parked car. And wiped it out, and I don't know what happened then. All I remember is my car going, because I pushed my passenger side wheel under the arch.
Oh, bloody hell.
And it just went as I heard the tyre tread rubbing against the bodywork. I thought, oh, shit. And I got out, and it was this immaculate black XR3i, I think it was. No, it was an Orion, the Orion one.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, there's not much damage. Walked up to it, had a look. Oh my God. Yes, written that one off. So I wrote off 2 cars in one foul swoop. And the guy came out because all the alarm was going off, and I was sat there going, please be quiet, stop going on. I wasn't going to drive away. It was, oh my God, it's bringing attention to me. And so I walked down. No one came out of the houses though. It's really weird. I walked down the path to what I thought was the owner of the car, knocked on the door, and this old man opened the door. I went, do you know who owns that car? Because I've hit it. He went, oh dear. That's next door's. He won't be pleased.
No shit.
And there I'm just a 17-year-old little skinny kid. And so I knock next doors, and this bodybuilder comes out. And he went, you all right? I went, yeah, I've just hit your car. I went, you what? So he went up, had a look. He went up, had a look, looked around it, and you could see that he was just holding his rage. Oh, shit. And he looked at me, he went, do you want to come in for a cup of tea? I went, oh. Me being stupid, I went, yeah, okay. So he made me a cup of tea. And his first question was, I want you to be honest. Are you pissed? I went, no, don't worry. Okay, have you got insurance? I went, yeah. Okay, fine. All right then. No need for the police then. I went, okay, cool. So yeah, that was my first experience. That was horrible. I would never want to go through that again. That was absolutely horrible. So yeah. Should we move on to stuff that we really hate about driving?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah? Okay, go on, Pete. You piped up first. What is one of your major bugbears about driving?
Fucking everybody else on the road. Blanket statement, everybody else is a dick. Next question.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't know which is worse, cyclists, BMWs or Audi drivers, or bus drivers, or fucking lorry drivers. It might be lorry drivers. The A14 in Cambridgeshire, lorries, fucking hell. If they're not forming a rolling roadblock because I've got to overtake him because I'm going 0.3 of a mile an hour faster than him and it's up a hill, so I'm definitely going to overtake him. Oh. So you get a rolling roadblock at 30 mile an hour.
I know that road as well.
It's awful. And then they don't look when they go to overtake or when they come back in. Oh, just fucking hate lorries. And do they actually fit BMWs with indicators?
No.
I didn't fit it. In fact, any twat on a roundabout.
If you look close enough, they've got no bulbs in there.
No, it's
they're just painted on.
Yeah, that's how they save money, is not putting any bulbs in any of their lights.
I say BMW drivers. It could be Audi drivers. Audi drivers just ain't doing so well in business as BMW drivers.
Yep. It's weird, though, isn't it? That it is BMW and Audi drivers.
It's them too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking Beamers and Audis.
They're just massive knobs.
I think it's the alpha male. He's head of sales. He's not just a salesman. He's head of sales, and he's doing all right. And he keeps exceeding his quotas. Therefore, he gets the better company car. And I think you've got to be a certain. And I don't want to disparage anybody, but you've got to be a certain brand of cunt to be like that, I think. And it spills over into how they drive.
They wear pink shirts.
Pink shirts, that's the one.
And no socks.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking boat shoes.
Oh.
And cyclists as well. What is it with cyclists? Do they have a death wish?
Where are we talking about? Are we talking about
on the road? On the road.
But just around Cambridge or just around villages or what?
Around the world.
Everywhere there are cyclists. There's one particular road that just one day I'm going to kill somebody. I know I am. It's down between, if anybody knows it, it's down Witcham sort of direction, between a little village called Upware and Barway in Cambridgeshire, near Streatham, just south of Ely.
Yeah.
And it's very popular with the I'm not going to say octogenarian, but the sort of the midlife to elderly sort of gentleman or gentlewoman who's just decided they're going to take up cycling. They've got all the kit and they've spent $5,000 on a racing bike. And not only have they spent $5,000 on a racing bike, their 17 mates have bought the same bike. And for some reason, they bolted them all together so they have to ride 6 abreast on a country road.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then you come around the corner and there they all are and they scatter and they glare at you. And you're just like, I'm going to run one of you over. I'm going to pick the slowest one and run that one over as a warning to the rest of you. I just don't get why they have to. A single file prick.
Yep.
I just don't get it. I mean, because I'm a cyclist myself, and I do cycle on the roads. I prefer cycling off road, but when needs must, I cycle on the road. But you hug the curb. You don't sort of wobble about in the middle of the road, or go 2-3 abreast with every other cyclist. It just boils my piss. It really does, because especially, I mean, this is the other thing as well, because I drive like everybody else as a dick. So I'm hyper vigilant all the time, because I know that if I even brush against something else, it's a write off, because I drive a fucking monster truck. So if I hit, I mean, I'm always reminded that it wasn't Top Gear, but it's one of those kind of programs where they demonstrated, and it was a Mitsubishi Pajero broadsiding a Mondeo at 40 mile an hour, and they did it on winches. So they dragged the Pajero one way and they dragged the Mondeo the other, and managed to hit the Mondeo amidships, as it were, with this Paj. And it sort of rolled a bit, and then they sort of assessed the carcass of this Mitsubishi, this big 4x4, and the presenter was clearly sort of anti 4x4, and they're saying, yes, well, if there was a passenger in the back of it, they might have broken their neck, and this part of the engine would have come through and sort of landed in the passenger's lap, so there would have been injuries. Let's go and assess the damage done to the Mondeo, and they couldn't find it. It was fucking dust. They just atomized this car, so there was a bit of a scratch, and they rolled the 4x4, but the Mondeo had just atomized,
almost as if the driver's car door touched the passenger car door.
Yeah, there was nothing left of this Mondeo apart from a wheel 4 miles away. So I'm very, very hyper vigilant of, if I even brush something, somebody's going to get hurt. And I'm not constantly driving around in a state of anxiety, but I know that if something comes a bit close, or if a cyclist gets a bit too near, or if somebody steps off a curb in front of me, I know they're fucked if I don't react quick enough.
Yeah.
Ironically, if you're going to be run over by something, and here's a fun fact for everybody listening, if you're going to get hit by something, get hit by a 4x4, because it just crushes your chest. Whereas if a car hits you, it takes your legs out and you smack your head on the bonnet. Whereas a 4x4, it's blunt force trauma to the main part of your body, so you get fewer head injuries. But it's a fun fact for you.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But it's other, because I just know. I mean, it's like I park at home sometimes. I'll park next to my wife's car, and she drives a Ford KA, and like the top of that doesn't quite come to the bottom of my window.
Weirdly, you could put your Ford KA in the boot of
back of mine. Yeah,
that'd fit easy.
It really could. So I mean, I know 4x4 drivers do get a bit of a bad rap, but I know that if I crash into something, or if I hit, I'll be fine. I'll be all right. The other thing will just be dead.
Yeah.
And so it just winds me up when people don't look where they're going, or don't indicate on a roundabout, or try and cut you up, or just cycle out in front of you, or whatever. It just makes me so angry. Because
I have that worry as well, because I'm not saying that my car is as big as your car, because it's not, but it's still as upright as yours, almost.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the upright driving position, so you can see everything.
Yeah.
As well, but I mean, yes, I mean, I joke about the Vitara being a hairdresser car. It's still more solid than a Fiesta.
Well, the first one we had bull bars on it. It had the proper,
Exactly.
It had the metal bull bars. You're not allowed them anymore, are you?
No, you're not. Because a pedestrian could get hung up in them and dragged along.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Or worry
Health
about
and safety.
chipping the paint off of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you reckon that makes... I'm not saying it is true, but do you reckon it makes us more hyper-vigilant about what's going on around us?
No, because the vast majority of people that drive 4x4s are fucking middle-aged soccer mums who, you know, they've got to brave the school run.
Mm.
I mean, my 4x4 I'm one of those rare beasts where I actually do a lot of off-roading.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the big chunky tyres on it, and, you know, apparently my truck is silver, but you wouldn't know it from the amount of muck all up the side of it. So you get everybody riding around their Land Rover Discoveries and all that sort of stuff that never go off-road.
Yeah.
And the vast majority of those are, I'm safe, bollocks to the rest of you. And they don't even look where they're going. And you can see it when you're driving along. You'll see another 4x4 driver. I mean, generally, pickup drivers tend to be the kind of people that are going to be going off-road. But I am generalising here, but your Range Rover, Sport, and that sort of truck, they never go off-road. And they don't look where they're going. There's very much, I think there's a sort of a sense of, I'm fine, bollocks to the rest of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I mean, certainly when I lived in Huntingdon, it was obviously in the middle of a town, and having that truck, the looks you'd get, what the fuck do you need that thing around here for? Well, I don't drive it around here. I actually drive it in the country for work and what have you, but I have to drive through town because that's where I live.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're probably not vilified as much as BMW drivers, but 4x4 drivers do cop for a bit of flack.
Yeah. Well, they do, the same as white van man drivers as well.
Yeah. But no, it does boil my piss.
Yeah.
Really does.
Ollie, what really grinds your gears?
Well, I want to comment a little bit on the whole cycling thing, and it's like they don't. Well, I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that just go through red lights. It's like, well, we're waiting here for a reason, and then you just go straight across. You have to stop as well. It's not an indication where, oh, look, there's nothing coming. I'm going to go anyway. Fuck off. And then roundabouts as well. It's like, just pull straight out of a roundabout. No. Can you not see my big fucking van driving towards you? And then you look at me like I'm doing something wrong.
Mm.
No. That really annoys me when people look at you going like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm in the right. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, cyclists who wear headphones. What the fuck are you doing? You ever seen that?
Yeah, definitely.
Cyclists wearing earbuds. What? No, you need all of your senses to know what's going on around you. You wouldn't wear a fucking blindfold. fucking things in your ears, you bell end.
Probably would if it's cool.
Unbelievable.
And what annoys me is people that don't know right of ways.
Oh God.
And they'll just pull out in front of you, and they'll say you're driving down the road. There's cars all on the right hand side on to you, so they're all on the opposite side. You've got right of way.
Yeah.
But people will just pull out, try and push through, and then I'm driving a 3.5 ton van. I'm not moving. Fuck right off. And then they sort of start shouting at you and looking at you, saying, "Well, when you move over?" Like, why should I? I'm using up my lane.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's my way.
What's even worse, and I had somebody do this to me yesterday, and I nearly ploughed into the side of them. Somebody's waiting to turn right out of a junction. The car coming towards me flashed them.
Mm.
But I'm not giving up my right of way. I'm doing fucking 40, 50 mile an hour down the road.
Yeah.
This prick flashes, so the other one just goes, "Hey, mate," and pulls out in front of me.
Mm.
Yeah, decides that everyone has deemed it worthy for him to turn right at that point.
Yeah.
See, if there was an
along doing...
Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, I'm steaming along 40, 50 mile an hour, and this prick pulls out in front of me, my brakes are good. I use some of my headlights. I might have got in his case for the next couple of miles. And when you've got that behind you with the fucking all the headlamps on and the fog lights and everything, it's right in your mirrors. I know I'm childish sometimes.
Sometimes it needs to be done. Come on.
Oh dear, some people.
Because I've been told if there was an accident there, the person that flashed out the other driver, he's liable to be penalised for it.
Yeah.
And they will get done as well.
Really? So the person letting them go, is it because they're causing the situation?
They cause that problem. And it's the same with people that again are on the right of way, and they flash at you. I'm like, why are you flashing at me? It's my right of way. And I said, why were you flashing at me? And the flashing in Europe means I'm coming through, not you can come through.
Yeah.
If you're driving along and there's a tight gap or something, and you're flashing, that means you are coming through. Wait until I've come through.
I did not know that.
No, yeah, in the rest of Europe, but in England, people take it as you flash, I'll flash you to let you come through or like signal you.
I'll have to remember that next time I'm in Spain then.
See, I'm not the kind of person that flashes my lights at people. So
no, I don't flash my light at all, and I will have a go at somebody for flashing a light to me because it's as I said, my right of way. Why are you flashing me? Saying, "Oh yeah, it's all right, you can come through." I'm fucking coming through anyway.
I'm glad we have the same conversations.
It's just such a drag being out on the road all day, every day.
Yeah.
I actually wrote a list today of like all the things that pissed me off, but then I dropped my coffee on it, and I was like, "Fuck."
We shouldn't be drinking coffee whilst you're writing things down whilst you're driving.
No, I can't triple multitask.
What about people that chip in?
Well, they can pay me whatever they like. I don't mind.
Okay, Ollie, are you one of these people?
I do. Sorry, what do you mean?
Okay, right. We're coming to a junction, yeah? There's 2 lanes. One is solely right turn only. The other one is straight on and left turn. The people that chip down the right-hand lane.
Yeah.
And then
cut in.
Either cut in or, I'll just indicate here. Oh, it's fine. I'll just indicate and then slide in.
Slowly push in. And like, no, fuck off. That's another thing. People who can't read fucking lanes and can't read road signs.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy the challenge of stopping them people from getting into the lane.
Oh yeah, I'll speed match them.
Yeah. It's the same as merging lanes. And like, why have you put your foot down to get around me to try and fit in that little gap between me and the car in front of me?
Yeah.
Nothing behind me. Why can't you just wait until the next fucking pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't going anywhere.
It should be like a zip, really, shouldn't it? One after the other, one from the left, one from the right, all joining together like a zip. But you always get that dickhead, normally a BMW, that wants to... No, hang on. I want to be in front of you for this.
I don't want to be stuck behind this van. Yeah, but you're going to be stuck behind the van that's in front of me.
Yeah.
And then they'll pull out at some point when it's very dangerous on a blind corner and overtake the van in front. Like, oh, wanker.
I don't know if anyone knows it, but Blackheath, there... Around... Oh, when was it? Around about 2000, 2001... A big hole opened up near Blackheath, and all the traffic that used to go over and down towards New Cross was stopped because of this massive hole, this sinkhole that had opened up. And so you had to work your way through the little village town of Blackheath itself to get certain places. And it caused a nightmare around there. To the point where you do come down a hill in Blackheath, and then you have to choose whether to be in the left-hand lane to go left and carry on, or the right-hand lane to go all the way round because it's a one-way system. And the amount of people that would stay in the left-hand lane, try and chip in at the very last minute and be a massive dick about it. And I had a battle all the way down that hill with someone trying to chip in front of me. And there was just no way. I'm in my old work van, and I'm like, well, okay, I can't remember what car he was in, but I'm in my work van, and if you hit my van, you've just hit my van. That's fine. I'm in the right lane. You're trying to push in on me, and you've just hit my work van, so it's fine. I can take this home, and I'll still have my car. But you're going to hit me with your car. And so I just stick it exactly where he doesn't want me to stick it. Because it's just the point of him. What gives him the right to jump in front of anyone, let alone me, but anyone? Because there's queues, and then people jumping in front, and sometimes the cause of these queues that will cause people to brake heavier, and so that will ripple all the way down, and it just creates more and more problems. If you don't chip in, then half the queue might not even be there.
Yeah.
And it really, I on a daily basis, look forward to it sometimes. I look for the people that do it and go, okay, right, all right, I'll have you. And they'll be trying to chip in. I see them pull in on my side, either side, either undertaking or overtaking me. And it'll be a case of, okay, fine, we can play this game if you want. Let's go for it. And I'll play it, and I'll play it to the law. I'll follow the lanes. I'll stay in the lane. There's a junction off the M11 going on to the A12. It's a big roundabout. And if you follow the lanes correctly, you can get all the way around the roundabout and get onto the A12 from the M11. But it takes you around the outside of the roundabout. But that's the path that you're supposed to follow, because that's the way the lanes work. But everyone gets in the left-hand lane and cuts across 3 lanes of traffic, and then cuts back across it again to get back off onto the A12. I won't play that game. I'll go all the way around, and you should see some of the hatred that I get. Because they push into my lane. Hang on, no, what are you doing? You shouldn't be there. You've clearly tried to chip in. So, no, that's one of my massive bugbears. I flipping hate lane chippers.
Got some feedback in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
Doreen says, as a pedestrian, I can't say that word, I don't like drivers who try to tell me when to cross the road.
Fair play.
Then they tend to rev their engines at me if I cross, so I don't cross on other people's terms. Find the power sister.
Is that a thing then? I've never seen that.
I don't know.
Apart from like zebra crossings and stuff, because then you're meant to stop.
Yeah, zebra crossings.
I suppose this would be either with an island in the middle or just no island whatsoever. Maybe from a pedestrian's point of view, you see the gap that you want to walk through miles back, and the driver can't see that. So if the driver then takes it on themselves to turn around and say, no, cross now. Well, hang on, no, I've lost my gap. So I can see the logic in that, definitely.
Yeah. So with your fighting chipper-inners,
yeah,
do you ever worry about road rage?
What, from the opposite corner?
Yeah, you can probably tell where this is going.
I know where this is going. No, because if I'm in the wrong, I'll back out of it, because I don't like confrontation. But I like confrontation when I'm in the right.
Yeah, that's the best kind.
Yeah. And there's only been a few instances where I've had confrontation like that, and one of them was I was in my work van, my friend was in his car, and we were going back to his house so he can drop his car off. And someone got in between us. They didn't know that we were together, and tailgated him all the way up this 50-mile-an-hour road for no reason whatsoever. And so I thought, oh, look, I'm in a crappy old... what was it? It was a combo as well. It was a really old combo, Y-Reg combo. And so I thought, no, you don't do that. So I started doing it to him. But he had a really powerful car and just put the floor down and went. And then my friend turned off. I indicated, and then he turned off in front of me. And as I got round the corner, he'd already got out of his car and had his door open. And I was like, okay, right, let's have this. And so I got out, and he was, 6 foot? And you know, that's clearly way taller than what I am. And he's going, what are you doing? Why tailgate me? I went, well, you was doing it to my friend. So don't do it, and then I won't do it. He went, no. And just started having a go at me, closing my door on my car. And I was like, no, we're not having this. And I can't remember how it got resolved, but I think I just kept saying, well, don't do it to my friend. There's no point. Don't do it, and then you won't get it done. And I think he just got fed up with this little kid going blah, 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 at him.
like having done to them what they do to other people.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not really worried about road rage. Why?
Because I've had, it's a little while, was it last year or the year before? This is my crowning glory. I've had one sort of major road rage incident. And I was driving to work. So basically, I live and work in Cambridgeshire. Well, I live in Cambridgeshire, but I work sort of Cambridgeshire, Norfolk sort of area. And I came to the roundabout in a little town called Chatteris, where the A141 sort of crosses over with the A142. So I'm coming from Ramsey, going straight across the roundabout to go towards Ely, which I do every day. I did it this morning. I'll be doing it again tomorrow morning. And I came up to the roundabout. It was clear for me to go, so off I set. And this bloke in an older BMW decided to pull out in front of me. So he's coming from March. So it's my right of way, and he just pulls out in front of me. So I, of course, swerve, just miss him, and beat my horn as I go past. He then decides to start tailgating me all the way to my place of work. And I'm thinking, well, how long is he going to be doing this? He was so close that I couldn't see him in my mirrors.
Oh, that's not good.
He was right up my tailpipe. He was beeping his horn, he was flashing his lights, and I'm thinking, I'm just going to stick to the speed limit, and I'm just going to go to work. I'm going to ignore him. There's nothing I can do. So, he can fuck around as much as he wants. Anyway, he dropped back a bit. He floored it and went screaming past me, beeping his horn and sticking his fingers up at me through the window. Right, fine, fair enough. Grow up. Got out in front of me and slammed his brakes on.
I hate people.
I'm thinking, right, okay, you're going to be doing that then, are we? So I hung back and he speed off a bit. So I think, right, okay, he's clearly fucked off. Brilliant. And then he'd do it again. Just brake really hard in front of me. So I'm thinking, right, okay, he's going to be doing this all the way, isn't he? So I'm thinking, right, he's obviously going towards Ely, but I'm not actually going to Ely. I'm coming off at the smaller Meadville roundabout to go down to work at Block Fen. And there's only two exits. There's the straight ahead and this little left at this roundabout. So he's piss-arsing about, braking in front of me and all this sort of stuff, all the way down the road. It's about, 5 miles or so. So I'm thinking, I'm getting fed up with this, but at least it'll be over in a minute and I can just go to work. So get to the roundabout and he goes off. I think, fine. And I indicate and I go left. So I'm right, brilliant, fine. And I pull up at the gates at work and I start unlocking the gates. And this prick has gone all the way around the roundabout to follow me down this lane for me to my place of work.
Brilliant.
And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? And he stopped his car, he got out, and I'm already out of my car because I'm opening the gates. And he starts fucking give me an earful. And I just stood there and I just look, mate, you pulled out in front of me on a roundabout. I had to swerve to miss you, and I beeped my horn as I went round you. You know, that's that. Nobody hurt. Nobody died. Nobody got hurt. Everything's fine. You know, just, I'm going to work now. I suggest you carry on and go to your work. And he got more and more irate and more shouty and more sweary and more, you know, the waving of the arms and the anger was building with him. And his missus at this point, because he had I assume it is his missus, was in the passenger seat of the BMW, sort of just head in her hands going, oh, for fuck's sake, not this nonsense again, sort of look on her face. And I just went, look, mate, just fuck off. Leave me alone. I'm going to work. I don't need this nonsense. It's fucking not even 7 o'clock in the morning. What are you playing at? And he pushed me in the chest. And I'm thinking, oh, for God's sake. And I said, look, there's no need for that. Just fuck off. At which point he swung at me. And it wasn't a very good, I don't know if it was just a shit punch or whether I rode it well, but he punched me in the side of the head.
Really?
Yeah, actually physically thumped me in the side of the head. But the next thing I knew, he was bent double with blood pissing out of his face. His wife or miss or whatever girlfriend was stood out the car just screaming at him, get the fuck in the car, get going. And I had just, quick as I you know when you get that fight or flight thing, you never really know what you're going to do. Well, apparently I fight. Because I just swung, I don't even remember doing it. I just swung and I hit him right in the middle of his face and put his nose all over the place.
Was it a case of that it was all over before you'd even realised it had begun?
I hadn't even realised I'd hit him.
Yeah.
It was really weird. So yeah, I mean that's the only that's my sort of my crowning achievement when it comes to road rage.
Wow.
The thing was, for a while I was a little bit worried that, you know, he was going to prosecute and do me for assault. But then I did notice he had a dash cam running, so it would have all been captured on that.
Mm-hmm.
And also we got CCTV at work, so that would have been quite amusing.
Yeah.
And he hit you first.
He hit me first. He hit me twice, pushed me in the chest,
twice.
and then hit me in the side of the head. At which point I just fucking murdered him.
So he can do whatever he likes. It's all
all on record. Yeah, it's all on video.
Wow.
But a lot of people. I mean, you've both met me. I'm not small, am I?
No.
For those people that might be listening that don't know me, I'm a number 8. I play rugby. I play rugby. I play league as well. I've represented Great Britain at American football. You know, I'm not a mild-mannered chap. So quite what had got into him to actually get out, because I was stood next to my car. I didn't get out to confront him. I was already opening a gate, so he got out of his car and came over to me.
He followed you to confront you.
Yeah, he based. That's exactly what he did, which made it even funnier. But yeah, I had to go and wash the blood off my hand. It was awful.
Ollie, what about yourself? Have you had anything like that?
No, not really. You get the shouty twats, and I more put my foot down and run away.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Can I mention the funniest one that happened to me? Which was I thought it was fucking hilarious because I actually laughed in this guy's face. Oh God, I'm such a wind-up merchant. I shouldn't. Why am I still alive? I should have been killed years ago. I was going over to Amanda's house, and one of the roads you have to go down, people park on either side of the road, and so you have a car's width and a little bit more. Maybe just some places room enough for 2 cars because it does widen out at the very end. And I was going down this road, and once you're in that sort of situation, it's really hard to gauge, okay, am I coming through? Are you coming through or what? And so you just hope that no one else is coming down. And I got halfway down this road. There's cars all the way around me. And some dude came round the corner and he decided, no, I'm going to come through as well. And it was at the point where it widened out a little bit. And there was cars parked either side. And I was coming down. He came down and almost touched bumpers. And I looked at him and was like, what are you doing, mate? What the hell are you doing? And he goes, no, get out of my way. I went, okay, no, that's not going to happen. I've come 300 meters down this road. You've got 1 meter. You back up your 1 meter. And he wasn't having any of this. So what I did, I turned my engine off. I got my keys and I dangled them in his face. I went, the car's not on now. You're going to have to back up. And my God, he exploded. And so he reversed a little bit. And so I started my car and I drove past him and I wound down my window. I never do this. I don't know what, it was one of these fight or flight things again. I wound down the window. He had his window down already. I went, what are you doing? And he was, no, I'm going to kick your head in, mate. I'm going to kick your head in. And bearing in mind, there's 2 parked cars either side and our cars are next to each other. I went, you what? He went, oh, I'm going to kick your head in. Get out now. And he went to open his door and realised he could only open his car door 3 inches. And I looked at him and went, well done. Wound my window up and just drove off. But he was just, he had no spatial awareness whatsoever. Clearly had no spatial awareness whatsoever. Now, what worries me about them sort of people is, what happens if my mum confronts someone like that? What happens if Amanda confronts someone like that? What happens if my kids bump into someone like that? What happens if I bump into another person like that? What's going to happen next time? It's just getting too easy and too blasé for someone to pull out a knife nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does worry me. That's why I don't want the confrontation. But when you're a dick, sometimes they deserve it.
I like driving past people. You can see them mouthing off. So I slam my brakes on next to them because they can't go anywhere because they're stuck. I wind my window. Like, sorry, you what? I couldn't quite hear you. And mumble. Like, yeah, that, and drive off. It's usually a little old lady, but that's not the point.
Mm.
People who can't reverse, that pisses me off.
Oh, go on then. Sounds like you got a story behind there.
There's a lot of stories. You get stuck in a not everybody does, but you get stuck in a country lane. There's nowhere to go, and but the one thing that pisses me off, and if there's a gap behind somebody and they refuse to reverse that 1 little inch into the passway, and you've got to reverse all that fucking hill, and you're like, bloody can't remember. And then they thank you and wave you as they pass by. You're like, motherfucker. But then it's like, and I'm not saying this is about all of them, but it's mainly the women that cannot reverse down a country road. They start, they go back, and suddenly they're driving into the hedge because they've for some reason turned left. They stop, they come forward again, they go back, and they're back left into the hedge again. Stop, come forward a little bit, back. Oh, now they've gone right into the hedge. I'm just sat there going, seriously?
On the balance of things, I've seen plenty of gentlemen do that as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's just, but that's the majority that I have seen. And I just turn around and go, fuck it, whack my van in reverse, I'm gone. Yeah. And I just think, it's not difficult. I haven't even got a rear view mirror, and yet I can shoot up a hill. There we go.
Sounds like it gets under your skin a little bit.
Does a little bit, yeah. I really wish I could quit smoking.
What about, because you guys do a lot of driving in between towns, but definitely Pete does. I don't know if Olly, you do or not. I suppose you do as well, because you're out in the sticks as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
People that do 40 in a 30 and then do 40 in the 60.
In a 50, yes.
Yeah.
There's a word for people like that.
Yeah, you're following somebody going, seriously, really, why can't you do a little bit more, it's all open roads. And then suddenly, as soon as it goes 30, they've disappeared.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Where you? Oh.
And then you come out of the 30, you go into the 40, and then you catch them back up, and you're like, I'm still in the same place.
You just got your automatic pilot thing on and just set on 40 or something. Oh, but it's also the people you're driving along, and you're driving a normal road. You can fit fucking 2 lorries down the side of these roads in each lane, and yet there's one person that drives along that brakes every time something bigger than a car comes along.
Oh, God, yeah. Now, that's following on from that. Certainly in and around Huntingdon, obviously you've got Hinchinbrook Hospital, you've got Addenbrooke's in Cambridge as well. People that brake for ambulances. Now, obviously, if there's an ambulance coming the other way and there's traffic and he's got the blues and twos going, you pull into the sides to let them go. So they basically, what he's coming up on, pulls into that side, and you pull into your side to give him clear run through. That I've got no problem with. I will do that all day long. That's fine. What fucks me off is if the ambulance has a clear run, there's no traffic in front of him, and the bell end in front of you breaks. Just like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you think the ambulance is going to jump across and come onto this side or something? There's nothing in front of him. I mean, there might be a perfectly legit reason for doing it. If there is, I'm completely oblivious to it because it winds me up.
I get really confused when I'm behind them and they're braking because a bus is passing them, but I've got no problems. And I was like, if I can fit through here, why can't you in your little car? Why do you have to brake? There's no need for it.
Yeah, I can get them both. The blues and twos one, some people just naturally react with the brake foot, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you know, the actual laws, you should only stop where you're able to.
Where you can. Which, when you drive what I do, is everywhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes jump up onto the curb, into the verge or whatever.
Sometimes the best thing for the people to do is don't brake, carry on until you find a clear place in which to pull over. And then the ambulance will move smoothly past you.
But it's when they don't need to. But
it's when there's traffic on the other side and they just slam on their brakes in the middle of the road. It's like, well, it can't get round you, so fucking carry on until you move across. People. Yeah.
Last little question, because I think we're getting very close to our time now.
We're getting good now.
Yeah.
I'm 11.
Rubberneckers.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck them in the eye.
Do you know what I do now? If I'm on, let's say, the M25 and something has happened on the other side of the road, or it's happened on my side of the road, I always look the opposite way at the person looking at the accident that's happened, and just look at them and go, what are you looking at? You're causing this problem.
What are they hoping to see?
I don't know.
Because I always remember one. It was where the A14 turns into the M6. And there'd been a lorry crash. And without wanting to put things too graphically, the driver of the lorry had come through his windscreen and was on the floor in front of his truck. And he was either dead or very, very, very calm. And people just rubbernecking to see that, and you're just like, you fucking ghoul.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? It just really pisses me off. I hate it. I hate him.
I hate you're in that queue, and then suddenly it all breaks up, and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Where did all this traffic come from?
Yeah.
But quite often that's because one of the road safety wombles has stopped somebody because they found a bit of glass or one of their wing mirrors fell off. So they shut 4 lanes of the M25. That's the other thing. Here we go. Overhead gantry. It's the overhead gantries with your variable limit speed limits.
Yeah.
The one, I mean, quite often it's... Oh, incidentally, when it says men at work in the road and there's no workman, it's not because of the workman you're being slow for. It's because concrete takes a fucking long time to set. And I wish they'd say that instead of, oh, men in the road, workmen in the road. No, it's because concrete's still fucking wet.
Yeah.
But the one that always got me is when I was first seeing Sally. And she was at uni down in Kingston, and I was living in Huntingdon. So obviously had to drive down the M25 to get to Kingston. And it'd be 1, 2 in the morning, because I'd be working late. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Variable speed limit, 40 mile an hour. And just like, I'm the only car on the road. It just used to wind me up. That's just a money-making scheme. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I just wound me up. Because it's like, you're the only car on the road, 40 mile an hour. Why? Bastards.
But more from Doreen, quickly. Apparently she has no spatial awareness. But I know that to refuse to continue... Oh, she knows enough not to carry on driving, apparently. Something like that.
Oh, okay,
and having seen someone knocked down, thrown over a car, I don't understand why anyone would want a rubber deck.
Ooh. I think it's just morbid curiosity, isn't it?
Is driving past going, well, thank fuck we're not in that.
Yeah. So, do you want to add anything else to this conversation? I feel we've picked up a head of speed right about now. But we've done nigh on 2 hours on this now, so...
I'm trying to think.
If there's last things that you want to bring up really quickly before we end it.
People that can't fucking park. They annoy me.
Oh, people using loading bays. There you go.
It's taken you 2 hours to get to that.
I was waiting for him to mention that earlier.
I've been trying to say it, and we're moving on to something else. And people that park in loading bays, and people that just sit there in their cars while somebody runs in to get a packet of fags, or they park in a loading bay and just leave their hazards on. Your hazards are not an indication that you know you're in the wrong, but you think you're going to get away with it anyway. Hazards are there for a purpose of saying, right, Mike, I'm flowing my hands around. There is a problem going on here. I have to stick my hazards on to make other drivers aware that there's something going on. Not I'm parking on double yellow lines or wherever the fuck I want, and I'm running out of breath. Yeah. Fucking people.
No, it always boggles my mind. I mean, I'm spoilt at the moment with my truck because I've got the parking sensors and reversing camera on it, which makes reverse parking so much easier. But even when I didn't have that on board, and even now I sometimes forget that I've got it, I can park like a big 4x4 using just my mirrors.
Yeah.
And I can get it smack bang in the middle of the parking space at Tesco's.
Like a glove.
Like a glove. And that's with a big 4x4. So when you see some dopey little bastard in a Nissan Micra parked diagonally across 3 parking spaces, you just think, how have you done that? How? Were you dropped out of a helicopter?
It's easier to park in the space than it is to actually take 3 or 4 spaces up.
How have you done that?
When you park like in a car park like Tesco's or any sort of car park, how do you park? Do you reverse in or do you drive straight in?
Always reverse.
I reverse.
Yeah. Always reverse.
People trying to get out of spaces, reversing out into the main bit where you drive around. It's just fucking hilarious. Like, I can't quite get out. No, wait. Just reversing it so much. You just pull away. You're gone. Done. Easy peasy fucking poo.
Yeah. And also there's the added thing is if you reverse into your parking space, there's not normally somebody stood behind you. So that when you go to leave, you can see around you much better, because normally I've got my cake and my beer, fuck it, I've got my head down, I'm just going to walk wherever I want. And people don't look where they're going. So if you're trying to reverse out of a parking space, you've got to deal with idiots not looking where they're going.
And you can't see the car
as well as manoeuvring. So
yeah.
Whereas if you're just driving out of the space, you can see them coming.
I had a work colleague, which I don't even remember his name now because I don't think he lasted too long. He wasn't the sharpest tool in the box. And he borrowed his granddad's car, which had a disabled badge on it. I think we all know where this is going already. And he went to a car park, I think a Tesco's, and parked in the disabled area.
Oh, God.
And then had the nerve, when he got back, to moan about getting a ticket for using the disabled area.
Oh, God.
And he went, I can't believe it. I put the blue badge up and everything. I went, are you disabled? I went, no, but I got the blue badge. Right, so you don't think someone might not have seen you get out your car, no one else in the car? Because this really annoys me because my niece uses a disabled badge anyway. And for a fact, I know my sister has, even though there has been disabled areas, hasn't parked there because she just didn't feel like she needed to at that time. And so left it for someone else. And it just really infuriates me. And this guy just had no legs to stand on whatsoever.
Ironically.
Do you know, that went through my head as I was saying it. I was like, you idiot, Elton. But, yeah, I can't believe he actually had the balls to argue that. But
mind you, you can get a blue badge for, and I'm not denigrating medical conditions at all. When you say, did they watch him get out of the car? You can have a blue parking badge for diabetes.
Can you?
Yeah, my mum's got one.
Oh, okay.
Don't some
badges
badges?
Sorry, man.
Don't have some badges have the picture of the actual person who it is, the driver.
I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
You're wrong about that.
I don't know. Yep. But I know that my ex-girlfriend's father had one because he had Crohn's disease. The reasoning behind it, what if he needs to go for a shit somewhere a bit quick?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's literally that. But he never got one. He was offered it, but he's too proud, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can have them for not pretty much everything, but it's surprising what they will. As I say, my mum's got one, and she's diabetic, so.
Blimey.
But see, the blue badge, although it is there for people to be able to park better in more convenient places, it doesn't mean they can park wherever the fuck they like.
No, it doesn't.
No, there are
give
restrictions
them the rights.
to it, yeah.
I'm just gonna leave my car here, put my badge off. I go. I've seen a lot of them get ticketed, and they come out going, "But I've got a blue badge." And like, yeah, but you're parking illegally. You are blocking the road. People can't get around you, and people can't see around you. Oh, I've got a blue badge. No. There's your ticket. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I just drive past, going, "Thank you."
When I go down to visit my parents now, if my parents need to go shopping at Tesco's or whatever, I'll drive them, and my mum will say, "Park in the family bays. Park in the parent and child bay." So we get out of the car, people look at it, he's my son.
Yeah. But, okay, the people that use a child thing, but they only have a child seat in the car. And then they go off and do their shopping and come back, and they haven't used it because they got a child with them. They've just used it because, well, hang on, I'm a parent, so I'm allowed to park in here. Well,
and I only need to get cash out.
Yeah.
Car park cripple. Cash point cripple, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Park as close as you can to the entrance because you're lazy.
Arseholes. Utter arseholes. Right, I think we're going to wrap it up there, just in case. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Or me.
No
guys.
worries.
Thank you, Olly.
That's right. Thanks to the chat room for being so small. I didn't have to really keep up with it very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dorian, for joining us on this. The problem is it's been away for a little while, so hopefully next time out, more and more people would join back in on this.
Only because I'm on.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It's possibly part of it,
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do something about that next time. Anyway, so, Olly, I know you plugged it earlier on, but I'm going to let you plug it again because I'm such a nice chap.
Yeah, you can find me on the Punk Rock Scunk Podcast. You can find that on iTunes, Podomatic, and on Facebook. Come and join the group because it's very uninteractive on there. And also, do me a favor and come and check out my new band, Given Up the Ghost.
Nice. Pete, have you got anything to plug?
No.
Yes, you do. Danny Davies.
Sorry? I was going to say the artwork of Danny Davies. LSG Media Podcast. I think they're probably going to start up with a Game of Thrones one fairly soon.
Yeah.
Because Game of Thrones is coming back on. And if you're looking for, I know some people, I think Barnard was one of them, looking for new things to watch on TV. If you have Amazon Prime, there is a series on there called Black Sails. And it is absolutely fucking brilliant.
Has that finished yet?
It has, yes. They finished it.
Right, okay.
I watched 3 episodes and switched it off.
That's because you're a bellend.
No.
I would say, and this is honest to God's truth. God, what am I saying? God's truth. I'm a fucking atheist. Better than Game of Thrones. It's pirates, for fuck's sake.
It's a lot more rapey than Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
that's
rapier.
Off.
But it gets you get towards the sort of end of season 2, beginning of season 3, and they stop with all the sex. And it's a much better story. It gets very violent as well. Mm-hmm. As in, here's a 12-pound cannon shooting somebody. It's quite graphic.
Cool.
But it's also quite good if you know your pie. Sorry?
I said graphics not the problem. It was all the one scene with the tent and all the pirates having a go.
Yeah.
So 2, and we were like, no, this isn't for us.
Were you there for the bit with Blackbeard?
No.
When they bring Long John Silver in, Blackbeard wants to see you. Oh God, what have I done? They take him in, and there's just a woman in a big long coat. He goes, "You're not Blackbeard," and shows him the coat up. She's got this massive black bush. He goes, "Oh, brilliant!"
Yeah.
He's just like, "Yeah, there we go."
Wow.
But no, it's but the
to Google.
But some of the violence is really quite shocking. I don't know if you know. Well, it does say if you know your pirate history, you know all the main characters already. Because Blackbeard's in there, Billy Boyd, all people like Jack Rackham, Anne Bonny, all these people like that. They're all in it, so you kind of it's quite nice because with Game of Thrones, there's an element of who's going to die this week, whereas with this, who's going to die and when and pretty much how as well.
Right.
But it's really, really good. Very, very good series.
Because it was a toss-up between that and Vikings, and I know one had finished, so I thought I'll give Black Sails, or the one that had finished, a go first. So it's Black Sails that has already finished, so at least I know where that's going to end. That's good.
Yeah, they did four seasons of that, and they take it up to, I think the ending is set 20 years before the events of Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes it right up to there. So you've got Long John Silver, Billy Boyd's in there, all the main players. So it's quite good.
Cool.
But no, Vikings is our next one, actually.
It's really good. I've finished Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings and Black Sails were basically tracing my heritage. Oh, and the opening credit sequence to Black Sails, the music's done by Bear McCreary. So you know where you are with that. So it's really cool. He does all the music as well, and some of it's very, very Battlestar towards the end. Cool. But no, very good.
Okay, cool. Well, you can catch me on the Black Dog Podcast as every Wednesday it's released. I think the next time out is we're going to be doing Manos. The Jazz Hands of Death or something. I don't know. I've never even heard of this film. So
I was going to drop Lee a message. I have seen this.
well, you're more than welcome to feedback.
You are in for a fucking treat.
Well, I'll be watching that this Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. You can pop along to blackdogpodcast.com for all the stuff there. I know it's on iTunes and all the other podcatchers that you can find out there as well. Please pop them a review as well, because reviews are always welcome. You can catch me, Andy, and Pete, who will be joining us next time out on the Band of Brothers podcast, which is being recorded on tomorrow, actually, isn't it? So that'll be out very, very soon. We'll be continuing our journey on that series. We got the Grand Prix Podcast, which is at grandprixpodcast.com. And I don't think there's anything else. If you are a listener and you've enjoyed this and we've entertained you for the last 2 hours, then please pop along to iTunes and let them know that we have entertained you. And keep an eye on the Facebook group where all the new episodes that we're going to be doing are up at the moment. As it stands, it's going to be spreads next week. And I think we're going to have a list of fake band names. Let's just create some fake band names. Sod it. Spreads and fake band names. There we go. Episode 99. Sorry?
Atomic Vomit.
Atomic Vomit. We'll save it for next week. Mate. And then Conspiracies is going to be after that as well. So the whole list is up there at the moment. So please pop along to the Facebook group for that. Anything else? No, I don't think there is. So thank you once again to Pete.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ollie, for joining me.
My pleasure.
And I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.